Do you believe the government should have the power to tell you exactly what you can and can't buy with your SNAP benefits? Should soda, candy, and other foods be taken off the list, or should recipients be free to make their own choices? I want to hear your honest opinion in the comments. Just a quick yes or no can help me see how people really feel about this. And if you want your voice to actually reach decision makers, you'll want to watch closely, because what I'm about to share could soon affect millions of SNAP recipients across the country. Over the past few weeks, the USDA has quietly approved 6 more states to restrict what people can buy with SNAP benefits. At the same time, federal officials are pushing to bring these same restrictions to all 50 states. If that happens, it won't matter where you live. Your grocery cart options could shrink drastically. These changes are coming faster than many people realize, but the good news is that there's still time to speak up before the rules are finalized. If you care about Social Security, SNAP, SSI, or SSDI updates, hit that like button, subscribe to Social Security Post, and let's break this down step by step. Right now, the USDA Secretary has signed off on 6 new waivers that allow states to limit what SNAP recipients can buy. These waivers aren't small tweaks. They are targeted bans on certain categories of food and drinks, like soda, candy, and energy drinks. Each state can decide which items fall under the ban, which means the exact rules will vary. On top of that, this wave of approvals isn't slowing down. State after state is lining up to request their own restrictions. What makes this more concerning is that the USDA isn't just passively approving these changes. Federal officials are actively encouraging all states to submit waiver requests. This means the idea is spreading quickly, and the conversation is no longer about if these restrictions will happen in more places, but when. If you've been thinking these rules won't affect you because your state hasn't applied yet, you might want to think again. Once a federal push gains momentum, it tends to move fast. Beyond the state waivers, there's a much bigger move happening. The federal government is trying to define the term ultra-processed food. Why? Because without an official definition, it's hard for them to create a nationwide rule banning those foods from SNAP. Right now, ultra-processed could mean anything from packaged cookies to certain breads, depending on who you ask. The lack of a single definition is the only thing stopping a blanket ban from being put into place. The government is now collecting public feedback on how ultra-processed food should be defined. This process is critical because the definition they decide on could be used to limit SNAP purchases, change WIC rules, and even influence what's served in school lunch programs. The public comment period is open until September 23, 2025, and it's your chance to make your voice heard before the final decision is made. If you've ever wanted to influence a national policy, this is that moment. As states pass their own restrictions without a federal standard, the result is a confusing patchwork of rules. In one state, soda might be banned. In another, it's soda and candy. In another, energy drinks and desserts are out. And in yet another, anything that's taxable, which can even include some granola bars, is banned. This means a SNAP recipient who shops near a state border or moves to a new state could face completely different restrictions without much warning. This confusion is already showing up in grocery stores. Some recipients are being told by cashiers that certain items are banned when they're not, at least not yet. Others are hearing rumors on social media that these bans are already nationwide, which simply isn't true right now. Without clear, consistent rules, people will continue to get mixed messages until either a national policy is set or states slow down their rulemaking. And right now, there's no sign of slowing down. One of the most important things to understand is timing. Despite all the talk, most of these restrictions have not yet started. The earliest any of them will go into effect is January 1, 2026, and some states won't implement their rules until later in 2026. This gives recipients some time to prepare, but also means now is the time to pay attention, not later. Unfortunately, misinformation is everywhere. Some people are being told by store staff that certain items can't be purchased today when, in reality, the rules haven't even started. If you're told something like that, make note of the store and date so that it can be verified. Having the correct timeline in mind will help you avoid panic and plan ahead for the real changes when they do arrive. The 6 states that just received USDA approval for new restrictions are Colorado, bans sugary drinks with more than 5 grams of sweetener per 12 ounces starting March 1, 2026. Florida bans soda, energy drinks, candy, and desserts starting January 1, 2026. Louisiana bans soda, energy drinks, and candy starting January 15, 2026. Oklahoma bans soda and candy starting January 1, 2026. Texas bans soda and candy starting April 1, 2026. West Virginia bans soda starting January 1, 2026. Colorado's case is especially interesting. While they sought approval to ban sugary drinks, they also requested permission for 3 other changes, allowing hot-prepared foods like rotisserie chicken, enabling restaurant meal purchases for elderly, homeless, and disabled recipients, and making it easier for farmers markets to accept SNAP. The USDA approved only the sugary drink ban and ignored the rest, raising concerns about whether health-focused expansions of SNAP are being sidelined in favor of restrictions. Several other states have already been approved for their own SNAP restrictions. These include Arkansas, bans soda, unhealthy drinks, and candy starting July 2025. Idaho, bans soda and candy. Indiana, bans soda and candy. Iowa, bans anything taxable starting January 1, 2026, which could include granola bars and other items many consider healthy. Nevada bans soda and energy drinks starting January 2026. Utah bans soda starting January 2026. The diversity in these bans shows how uncoordinated the policy is at the state level. Some bans are narrow, others are sweeping, and the criteria vary widely. This makes it nearly impossible for recipients to rely on a single set of rules, especially if they travel or move. Without federal clarity, expect the confusion to continue. If the federal government finalizes a definition of ultra-processed food, these restrictions could roll out nationwide almost overnight. That would mean no more state-by-state variations, instead, one standard list of banned items for everyone. While this might solve the confusion problem, it would also mean recipients lose the ability to shop freely for certain products no matter where they live. Federal action could also evolve over time. Today, the focus is on soda and candy. Tomorrow, it could be desserts, frozen meals, or other packaged goods. Once the framework is in place, adding new restrictions is much easier than starting from scratch. This is why so many advocates stress the importance of public comments before rules are set. The public comment process is straightforward but underused. To share your opinion, go to federalregister.gov. Search for the ultra-processed food request for comment. Read the posted questions. Submit your thoughts on which foods should or shouldn't be restricted, and why. Your comments become part of the official record and can influence the final rule. Don't assume that individual voices don't matter. Public comment periods have changed the direction of policies in the past. The deadline is September 23, 2025, so don't wait until the last minute. Even though most bans won't start until 2026, planning ahead now can help avoid a sudden shock later. Take a look at your regular shopping list and note which items might be restricted. If you rely heavily on certain products like soda, candy, or sugary drinks, start thinking about alternatives now. Also, be careful where you get your information. Social media posts are often misleading or outdated. Instead, check your state's official SNAP website and stay subscribed to channels like Social Security Post for verified updates. That way, you can adapt smoothly when the changes arrive without scrambling to figure out what's going on. To sum up, 6 more states have been approved to restrict SNAP purchases, with the first bans starting in 2026. A federal push is underway that could make these bans nationwide, and you have until September 23, 2025 to tell the government how you feel about it through the official public comment process. Do you think these SNAP restrictions are a good idea or an overreach? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this breakdown helpful, please like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to Social Security Post for more updates on Social Security, SNAP, SSI, and SSDI. The changes are coming. Make sure you're ready.